Hi guys, Chantel here, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about the problems I've been seeing when it comes to the job market and the way employers treat their employees. I kind of wanted to tell my little story that I had after working with a company for 7 years that I thought was my dream company, and how it kind of went downhill and my experience with that. Started off with me graduating from college, not really knowing what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I graduated college in 3 years. I still didn't really know which path I wanted to go down. I kind of had an idea, but I didn't really know still. So I decided to take a chance and move out to Florida. And when I did, I fell in love with the place I was working for. I decided to stay, and I didn't know. I thought that maybe it was going to be like just like 5 months or a year or so, but it ended up being 7 years. And I loved my company that I worked for so much that I sacrificed so much in order to be out there. And I was really serious about making this my career that I was even looking into buying a house before I ended up making the decision to move back to Texas. So, how did that come about? Well, it started off that things were perfect, it seemed like, but like little by little as the years progressed, I wanted to move forward in the company, and I really didn't really get a chance to. I was able to move up at one point, and then that position was taken from me because they said I was quote unquote inexperienced, but they threw me into this position, didn't give me any training, didn't put me through any of the courses for this position. They just threw me in hot water, basically. And they ended up promoting a new person into that position, but that person called out all the time. And guess who they would throw back in when that person called out was me. I finally got tired of it, and I even went to my manager at the time and said, "Hey, I thought I wasn't qualified. Why is it I'm keep on getting thrown into this position?" The manager couldn't even look me in the eyes, or all he could say was, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like, I know this is confusing, and I think that you're doing a great job," but higher ups were saying this, saying that, and just it was just a lot of issues. And some people were even saying that they didn't want to take orders from someone that was younger than them, because at that time I was 22 years old, and I was in charge of people probably like in their 50s. So that was an issue that people were like, "Well, I don't want to take um, orders from this youngster," and blah blah blah. And then they threw me in with no experience in this position whatsoever, and I did my very best. This job was probably a job for like 10 people, and it was only a staff of 3. And I told them these issues. Fast forward to finally, I got moved to another area. I loved that area so much, and things worked out great. But then the company once again decided to move me and do special projects all the time. And then when I said I wanted to move up, I wanted to become a trainer, I wanted to do a whole lot more, I got some lame excuse was, "Oh well, you do too much. You're right now you're busy opening up this show, you're busy doing this, so no, you can't move up." And little by little, it was just always excuses like this, or people just basically backstabbing me in the back constantly. And I always want to know the reason why. Like everywhere that I went, people were always saying how much they loved me, they loved the work that I did. They People would even say that if they were coming to visit, they would say, "We can't wait to see you next year. You actually know how to do your job correctly." And some people would even request me to do whatever it was they wanted me to do because they would rather have me than anyone else. So I had a question like, if I was able to do all this stuff, people were always saying I was the best at my job. Why is it that the company didn't do more for me? Why is it that it felt as though people were trying to put me down for no reason. And more issues came about that I was always picking up the slack for other people. People who were lazy, people who just wanted to be there just to make friends, people that just hung out in the green room and just wanted to talk with everyone rather than do their job. And I was always picking up the slack for them. Even brought it to management's attention, didn't do anything. The way they took care of these people was promoted them. Yet promoted them for their laziness, and that's why they were able to get away with a lot of stuff. And I've been looking on Glassdoor lately, just looking and browsing through other companies' reviews from their employees, and employees say the exact same thing. They're not getting paid enough. They're not getting moved up. There's no room for growth, no room for advancement. They can't use all of their creativity. Why is it that no company likes their employees to bring new ideas to the table? It seems it's very rare these days that companies are letting their employees do whatever they can do and use all of their potential. It's really frustrating, especially when, in order to get a better job, you need experience. But a lot of times you can't get that experience because people don't want to take a chance on you, or you're stuck doing a job that's minimum wage or isn't paying you enough that you can't survive. Like when I was living in Florida, after a while I was forced to live with roommates because the rent just kept on skyrocketing and my pay wasn't going up. And that was very frustrating as well. So finally, I was like, you know what? I've had enough. Maybe I should just go back home and I'll go with people who love me. I actually get to spend more time with my family. And that's what I did. And it broke my heart. But at the same time, what was I supposed to do? That I wasn't getting moved up at work. I wasn't getting higher pay. People were just backstabbing each other in the back to try and get ahead. And I didn't want to be in that kind of situation. So I decided to leave, took a chance, took a risk, just basically left. Didn't have a job to go into, but I knew I had a support system back home. And I was happy that I did because I was able to do so much since I moved back. Like I was able to find jobs that actually saw my skills and wanted to use all of my skills. And even some people even said, I don't understand how you didn't go as far as you did in Florida, because you can do so much and you have such a great personality and you don't give up your you keep on going for what it is you're going, and I'm surprised you did not go far. But it's because when people don't want you to go far, they're going to do whatever they can to keep you down. And so my message is to everyone out there who's maybe going through the same situation. Know that it's okay to take a chance, take a risk. Go find some place that is going to know your potential. It's okay to quit. If you're not happy, you're not satisfied in your current situation, you need to do something about it. Don't sit there, don't be miserable. Go out there and do whatever it is you can to get out of that situation. So many people that rather stay miserable in the situation to be safe. That was me for years. Was that I'm not getting the treatment that I'm supposed to be, but I'm scared because I don't want to lose my full-time job status. I don't want to lose my health insurance. I don't want to lose my benefits. But what am I supposed to do? And when I finally took that chance, it broke me. When I put in my 2 weeks, I would go home crying because I was like, what is it that I'm doing? I don't want to leave, but I can't stay here. I can't put up with what I was dealing with. And like I said, I'm much happier now. And I feel as though I'm able to utilize everything that I can. And I'm actually going to be going on a new venture and starting grad school in 4 weeks at my dream university. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was still in that situation, being stressed out, being mad with the world and not being able to use my skills to my potential. And so I wrote a little message to my old employer in this nice, beautiful little cat notebook that my brother got me. And I just wanted to, felt better to put this on paper and just let my feelings out. Dear former employer, I first want to take out the time to thank you for taking a chance and hiring me right out of college. And you were once my dream company, but over time things started to change. We started off strong, but over time it felt as though you were losing your way. The company values that you were founded on seem to have been lost over time. You care more about the money you bring in rather than your employees. You are more concerned about your guests and would take their side over your hardworking people, over the hardworking people who work for you. You would much rather move up someone who is willing to stab someone in the back in order to get ahead than a person who is hardworking, is great at what they do, and does whatever is asked of them. Certain positions within the company is treated as though they're at the bottom of the food chain and that they don't matter. The favoritism needs to stop. Promote those people who deserve it. Be grateful for your employees and show that you care. Host more appreciation events. Give out free stuff as in company gifts. Realize that a lot of us give up holidays, family time, and important life events just to work for you. Despite all the bad, I wanted to thank you for making me a stronger person. I know how not to be a doormat, stand up for myself and others, but most importantly, I now know my worth. You didn't see what all I could do, or you chose to ignore it. But since I left, I now work for a place that sees my worth, and I'm about to start an amazing new job where I am able to use all of my skills. I became confident and stepped out of my comfort zone, and tried new things, and even got into voice acting. You made me feel small, and you had me doubting myself and my worth, but now I came out stronger in the end, and I will continue to push forward. So thank you once again for making me the strong woman I am today. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today. But I still feel bad for you because you lost someone with so much potential who loved her job, but she couldn't take the treatment and hurt any longer, which is why she left. If you find another like me, please don't make the same mistake. Yours truly, Chantel. Now that's words I wish I could actually tell my employers, but my past employers. But letting that all out feels as though a weight has been lifted. Because when I left, a lot of people were questioning, why did you leave? Why was this so unexpected? And now I can actually say, this is the reason why. So I encourage you, if you're in the same situation, just leave a comment below or send me a message, and I would love to chat with you. And if you're any employers out there, maybe this video will show you what to look for in a candidate. And if you have a employee who goes above and beyond the call of duty, who has so much potential and so many creative ideas, know that they are special and that you need to do whatever you can to keep them and not just ignore that person. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Creative ideas. Know that they are special and that you need to do whatever you can to keep them and not just ignore that person. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.